This is our first ever YCIC podcast. CIC, Call It Close International Realty, is a new brokerage to the state of Minnesota. We have already been across the United States, and we're also in Canada, Mexico, and Nigeria. So we're rapidly expanding, and we're really happy to have our branch here in Minnesota. So we're gonna take this time to highlight CIC agents locally. And Zelly, you are just ready to hop in. So this is Jordan Zelenak. He is an experienced real estate agent who decided to join CIC. He does a lot of fixing and flipping, and he has really seen his business take off after joining CIC. So let's kind of break down, how did you get your start in the business?
Yeah, good question. I started way back at like 16 with some family that I have that's in real estate, and they did a lot of investing themselves, a lot more like commercial apartment stuff like that. They did single family flips like before I was even a part of it, but
Is your whole family in real estate?
my mom was for a long time on like back end side. My godfather is, my uncle is, so I've been around it forever, and kind of took a liking to it when I was just like doing random BS for them.
Okay, so you weren't the kid that was like bullied into it.
No. Managing properties, doing some project management on things, different little things like that. And then took a hiatus, came back, got my license like I think it was my year 4 anniversary this summer actually of having a real estate license, which is insane.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of how the jump started.
What was your hiatus?
Junior hockey.
Okay.
I played junior hockey for 2 years. Yeah,
I knew it was going to stunt
hockey
about
in
the
El
glory
Paso
days.
and St. Cloud, and had a little fun. Came back, had to get into real life. So
yeah, it always happens
absolutely.
eventually. So and what is the primary way that you get business right now?
A lot of my stuff is actually direct to agent campaigning for distressed properties, distressed sellers. The properties that agents don't know what to do with when they go walk them. Because a lot of the times I feel like agents will like throw those properties away. Like they'll go walk a gross property and be like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't want to deal with it.
And it's like a property that needs too much repairs.
Correct. Or it's just like hoarder house, right? Something like that. Just like you're like, when you walk in, you're like, I can't list this thing right now. And these guys are like, I don't want to do a thing.
Yeah.
And that's where I come in and make it super easy on them and, pay them, get everyone out of it, hopefully make everyone some money and call it a day.
Okay. So like if there was an agent who had a listing that there is no way that they could sell it. I mean, I bought that house. But I definitely can't buy every single house that I walk into and can't sell. You would like to have a meeting with the seller and you still pay out a referral.
Correct. We pay out 3% to every agent that brings us a deal.
Yeah.
And that's whether they get a commission from the seller or not. What you guys have worked out, I don't really care about. I just know what I'm going to pay.
Okay.
And that's how I kind of do it.
Okay.
And some agents, they're like, well, I won't take your fee. I'm getting it from the sellers. Just pay more. And that's fine too. It's kind of just how you want to do your business.
So you can build your fee in however you
Correct.
want to.
Correct. Because like I've had agents where like they'll do a facilitator fee with the seller because like I don't really need help coming to closing. I don't, love agents, love you guys. You don't need to hold my hand to closing. But like sellers need hand holding to closing. They have questions about title fees and title companies and what the title company needs, all that good stuff, right? So like a lot of the times they'll take the 3% from me and then they'll go work out a facilitator agreement with the seller for like 1 or 1.5 extra percent, to kind of just help them get to the closing table, and you end up making 4.5% on a deal that you never thought you'd even touch.
Yeah. Okay. So if somebody was going to network with you to help build their business, they could just start advertising for any kind of listing. They pick the prime ones, the ones that are ready to go, they're beautiful. And then you find the ones that are like, paint wouldn't even do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And so you are almost 5 years into the business now.
Yep.
And if you were going to restart your real estate career, don't talk negatively about anybody. If you were going to restart your real estate career, what is one thing you would focus on to build your business better and faster?
I would have focused on finding my niche faster. I felt like for the first 2 years of my real estate career, I was trying to do every and anything. And if I could have just figured out that fix and flip was my bread and butter, even a year earlier, my business would be in a way different spot today than it is, which, that would have been my advice to my younger self. I've been like, find your niche immediately and go search for that. Stop trying to be everything and everyone. You're going to hate it.
Yeah. I think if you're trying to be everything and everyone, you're a broker because there's not enough time to do it.
Correct.
But you can advise on everything.
Correct.
You got to just figure out first.
And then you just like laugh. Yeah. Like you're a jack of all trades and master of none. It's like you're just not good enough at everything to be good, especially when you're younger like I am, especially starting out when I was 20. And like trying to be a jack of all trades, master of none. Like you have to be a master of none at that age to get some following, at least to start, or figure out a lane to go into. And I didn't have a lane to start.
Yeah, I think so many new agents just spin their head like, oh, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. But because they're hosting an open house, but then they're not prepping for it. And then so now they're just half-assing an open house. I would never cold call. And you love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I mean, talk about your daily schedule. Like if I wasn't bothering you to be on a podcast, what would your daily schedule be like?
It's a little crammed, a lot of it, because like now I'm seeing, anywhere from 6 to 10 properties a week.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of it's running around. So I've lost a little bit of like my lead gen time, but like I would say like peak lead generation time for me, I was, up at 6 a.m. in the gym by 6:30, out of the gym by 7:38. And then I was hitting the phones from like 9 to 11, 9 to 12. And I was making anywhere from 30 to 60 calls in those 3 hours. And then a lot of it was trying to backload appointments and showings and checking out properties from like the 1 to 5 time. And then, my 6 to 8, I was just writing offers, getting them out as fast as I could from like the properties I saw the day before. Because I try to stick by my 24-hour rule on offers unless there's some unforeseen circumstances that come up. Like we have one right now in New Hope where we're looking to split a lot. And I'm just waiting to hear back from the city on like what I'm allowed to do and not allowed to do, because I don't want to just throw a ballpark out and then get rejected by the city. So like that's one we don't have 24-hour offers on. And I try to just be honest with agents when that stuff comes up. But it's crappy dealing with cities, especially when it comes to like subdividing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, so there's two things that we talked about. I want to get back to the 24-hour notice, so we are bookmarking that. But I want to talk about, because so many agents just feel like I couldn't sit there and cold call all day. But how long did it take you to figure out cold calling and figuring out that this is how you could actually get some business?
It probably took me 500 to 1,000 calls, like actually dial in my process and like understand how I'm going to approach each conversation, how each conversation starts, kind of navigating where the person's coming. Because a lot of times when you're cold calling, you got to meet people where they're meeting you in terms of answering your phone call.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not always the friendliest exchange, and you just have to understand that like it's all a numbers game, right? So I'm just moving on to the next number if that's how it goes. Scripting's a big thing, but I also don't like scripts because they make you sound like a robot. And people start to sniff that out, and they're like, "Oh, are you like AI?" And it's like, "No, I'm just on call 200 today, and I'm exhausted."
I have already called 200 of you.
But I think the big thing for me in cold calling was really just figuring out how to navigate the conversation from the start and warm the other person on the other side of the phone up to me before I even made my pitch on who I was.
So are you calling and you're like, "Hey, what's up? Do you think it's going to rain gumdrops later today?" Like you just do like a weird conversation starter? Or like how do you break through that like first call? Because I know agents are hearing this and they're like, I don't even want to call because I'm nervous.
Correct. I think a lot of it is just trying to like gather like where they're coming from. Like a lot, because I call a lot of agents, right? And a lot of home sellers. Like when it's an agent I'm calling, a lot of the times it's just trying to get a gauge of like, hey, how's business going? What's working for you right now? And a lot of times we'll go, well, why are you calling me? And then I can go into my pitch, but it gives them the opportunity to ask me why I'm calling. Now, when it comes to a seller, a lot of the times to warm them up, and it's hard to warm up, especially distressed sellers. They're all on edge. They're getting bombarded with calls every day. And so a lot of the times I start those calls with just, hey, I understand you're getting bombarded. If you have 3 minutes for me right now, I'd love to talk to you. But if you don't, you can hang up and I'm not going to be offended.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that a lot of the times lets guards down.
Yeah.
And then gives me the opportunity to talk. because they've gotten 75 calls. They're on the pre-foreclosure list. There's 100 people calling them, right? So it's like you have to find a way to just see how receptive they are to a phone call right away. Because if you say that and they're like, I don't have any time, that conversation's probably going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
And then you can just go, hey, well, is there a time that works for you? And you're going to get 10 no's for every yes. But at least you're not the person that they're correlating in their mind as the big bad wolf that just called and said, I'm going to offer you cash and you're going to let me come over to your house.
Yeah.
Because it's a sensitive time for a lot of people. So it's just trying to meet people where they're at and be a human being at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them see us as robots as it is.
I think it's really hard to do what you do, finding deals, just because a lot of times you walk into a property of a house that was loved for a very long time. And now, due to personal circumstances, they can't afford it anymore.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Like, that's
it's
a
hard.
really
Really
sensitive situation. And what you do offer is helpful to these people, get them out of a tough situation. So, and then flippers like you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Okay, so 24-hour notice. Tell me about that process, because you're talking about a cash offer within 24
Yep.
hours.
So a lot of the times, a lot of the times when I go to houses, I usually kind of know where I'm going to come in when I show up to a property. But then it's just based on I have a idea in my head of what rehab is going to cost. And then it's just me kind of checking through everything. Like, the big thing's always mechanicals. It's roof, it's siding, it's things you can't really see on pictures. Right? Like, there's a lot of things that come down. So then I'm just checking boxes, bing, boom, bam, bam. Like, what am I finding that's I didn't see in the pictures I missed by walking a property? Are the floor is squeaky? Do I need to level things? Like, what actually is going on here? There's a lot of things that get missed in pictures. And then I take that and I have, I take a bunch of pictures, photos, and videos, and I have some AI software that does a 3D rendering of the entire house.
Oh, wow.
And then from that software, it gives me measurements that I can send to some good friends that are my contractors, and they're able to get me bids off of those 3D renderings.
And then, so once you have the bid, that's how you get to your net price.
Correct. And a lot of the times the bid actually is just AI on the other side, kind of using what we have for pricing set for the flips we've been doing. And then it's just up to me to actively be changing that as pricing changes and all that good stuff.
Is this AI like a program that someone else can use, or is it one that you designed?
It's one that someone else can use. There's one on Monday.com that you can use. It's like $20 a month. The one we have is a lot more expensive than that.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
for the people listening, like, what is
Yeah.
it, just in case if they want it?
It's Norbert Construction's own little software, so it's
Okay.
kind of exclusive, but I don't know what software they use to use it.
Okay. So it is
So
a little
it's
exclusive.
a little exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm sure you could figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know
Interesting.
Monday.com has one that I don't know that is as great, but it's like $20, and you can, at least get a start for what you're looking for.
I thought Monday.com was a scheduling app.
It is, and now they've realized that a lot of people are using it as GCs,
Ah.
and so they're trying to add on extra layers of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. That's great. So now, one thing that I really like to advertise about you is if you write an offer, you will close it
100% of the
within
time.
24 hours. Now, a lot of
We won't close in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Don't get that twisted. 2 weeks typically is like the fastest we can close. We can do 10 days, but that comes with a price because money's expensive.
Yeah.
And moving it that fast is expensive. So,
Okay. But
yes.
So you get an offer
Yep.
in 24
4
hours.
that will close in 2 weeks.
Okay. Now, I get a lot of our leads come from realty.com. So it'll be sellers who click on a cash offer now button, and they don't get a cash offer now. They get an agent calling them now. And they get mad because I don't have a cash offer when I call them.
Yeah.
And I'll try to explain 24 hours, but is it at all realistic to do the cash offer? Because the cash offer at the press of a button.
It's hard for me because like a lot of the big guys do it. The Homestead Roads, the Zillows, give me some more. There's more out there,
Yeah. Opendoor.
All
Yeah.
of these. Like, and my beef with those guys is you'll click now for the offer and they get a range every single time. And I've seen this multiple times
Yeah.
where you get the range and then they're like, cool, you like the range. We're going to come see the house.
And then they
And then
lowball
they
you.
come through the house and they're doing the same mental notes and ticks that I'm doing. And now they're like, oh, shoot, we said 300. Now it's 240. What do you want to do? And you now feel stuck because you're in this contract you can't back out of because you're the seller.
Oh.
And you're like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
There's this big bad guy just knocking on my door going, it's 240. Take it or leave it, or we're not going to close.
Huh.
And now you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. I don't have realtor contacts, all that stuff. But I get why the sellers want the convenience.
Yeah.
Because they think, oh, click now, I get my offer, bing, boom, done. But a lot of the times it's happening like that. And I could do the same thing as an offer. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to come into your house and tell you a number and then totally revert on it. I actually, if you want an offer, click now, I'm just going to be lower and just cover my basis. You know, it's like if you want the best cash offer for your house, I would let somebody see it before they give you the offer.
Yeah.
Because then you're getting a true value that will close every single time.
Versus
if you're with the right people.
Versus just a low ball because they know that
versus
there's value
a low
there.
ball that, you know, it's like I said, if I'm not going to see the house, it's all risk management for me. So if I can't see your house and you're like, it's worth 300, I did all this, and that. It's like, well, we just picked one up in St. Louis Park. And the guy's like, yeah, my house is awesome. I did all this work and I did it all by myself. Ooh. Come to find out he didn't pull any permits. And the city of St. Louis Park inspection came through and said, when did you pull the permits on this? And he said, I didn't. And they said, you need to rip it all out.
Oh, no.
So imagine if I'm a cash investor and I buy that house based on what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then I inherit all of that bad. Now I've got to go put $150,000 into his upstairs. Because I can't take that risk. I got to make money at the end of the day too and put food on my table.
Right. So
like that's why, you know, it's hard to say click of the button cash offer because there's just too many unknown variables about your home.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're just so used to having everything be at the
instant gratitude.
Yep.
Or
gratification.
Yeah. Instant gratification. Like right now, get it done, be it over with.
But nobody actually will feel gratified getting that low of an offer. So
either getting that low of an offer or, you know, getting the height of, oh my gosh, I just made $300,000 on my hoarder house. And now all of a sudden you're at 200 a week later and you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know what to do. All of the things I'm looking up online are telling me that I signed this offer and I can't back out or they can take legal action against me. Well, I don't want that. So now what do I do?
So don't do the online offers. That's what that sounds
like.
Let
someone see your house. It's the biggest piece of advice I can give. As much as you don't want to, it's so much better for you and your final number at the end of the day.
You'll get a better
offer. And your ease of mind knowing that it's going to close.
Yeah. So moving forward with your career, where do you want to be in the next, well, I don't know if you just want to be on a beach in 5 years, but where do you see your career taking you?
I think my biggest goal in this career is to start just being, we're hoping to have, a couple acquisitions managers hired to where I'm just on the contracting side of it, where it's a lot of just buying and figuring out what we're going to do with it.
Yeah.
How we're going to flip it, all that stuff, so I can get out of the acquisition side of it and just focus on managing flips and all that stuff.
Okay.
And just, boosting revenue and getting to hopefully being a 40 or 50 flip a year guy.
Okay.
So
40, 50 flips a year. That's cool too. That's a really interesting business model because then you can start taking on flips and you're like, well, the profit's only $5,000. Whatever. Yeah. It's just one for the inventory.
Yeah. Just one to keep it moving. Right, and that just allows you to be way more flexible in everything, and you can help out more people at times, which is super cool.
Yeah, and then one thing that's really interesting to look at as an entrepreneur is when you've got the ability to take a profit of only $5,000, then you've got the ability to keep your staff employed.
Correct.
So now you've got a reliable contractor staff, which is the hardest part of any fix and flip business.
Correct.
So
correct. When you can just keep people busy, that's the hardest thing we're dealing with. That's the biggest holdup in it right now. Actually, is just building a construction company and finding the right people to put into that construction company that can also handle and manage. If you're doing 50 a year, you're handling 10 to 12 at a time.
Yeah.
That are in different stages. Between demo, rehab, final stages, listings, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You might have 20 in your books at a time. And so what kind of construction company can handle that?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially one that's willing to work on a budget.
Correct. Correct.
Few and far between.
Correct.
You are one of the agents that when you came over to CIC, your business grew a lot. And I think that's kind of controversial because a lot of times people think that when you go to 100% brokerage, you don't have what you need to excel. So I kind of want to hear why CIC has been a good choice for you.
I think two reasons. One, it was just it was freeing to kind of have our own path and our own way of doing things with CIC being a new brokerage. There's nothing set in stone about what I need to be at CIC. I get to be myself.
Yeah.
So that's the number one booster. Is I just get to be me. I get to be authentically me. I get to, I don't have to worry about, corporate things or whatever, or stuff like that. I get to just be free and do my own thing. And I think the second thing is just like, a lot of people then ask questions about CIC, even consumers. Well, what's the CIC you switch to? And now you just get to open the door to questions, right? Like I got probably 10, 15 texts the day of moving. And then it's just like, what's this? And it's just curiosity. And now it's turned into 3 or 4 or 5 traditional transactions that I wouldn't have done otherwise.
Yeah. So just like the publicity of the brokerage switch is what?
100%.
Huh.
100%.
Very cool. Well, we are really happy to have you on board. So Jordan Zelenak, please feel free to reach out to him if you have any fix and flip opportunities, if you've got a seller that kind of needs some help. He is a great resource for any of our investor clients too. He's a good buddy to have. So thanks for being on it.
Sweet. Thank you.